Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Do you understand English but struggle when you try to write it? Don't worry. Today, I will show you how to improve your writing step by step, and by the end of this video, writing in English will feel much easier for you. Chapter 1. Why Writing Feels Difficult. Let's be honest. Writing in English can feel very difficult, especially in the beginning. Many learners say, I understand English when I read or listen, but when I try to write, I don't know what to do. If you feel like this, don't worry. You are not alone. Almost every English learner faces this problem. But why does this happen? Why is writing so hard? Let's understand this in a very simple way. First, writing is different from speaking and reading. When you are reading, you just understand. When you are listening, you just receive information. But when you are writing, you have to create something. You have to think of words, make sentences, and use grammar at the same time. That's why it feels difficult. Second, many learners don't have enough vocabulary. You may have an idea in your mind, but you don't know the right words to express it. So you stop. You feel stuck. And then you think, maybe my English is not good. But that's not true. You just need more practice. Third, there is fear. Yes, fear is a big reason. Many people are afraid of making mistakes. They think, what if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh at me? So instead of writing, they avoid it. But this fear stops your progress. And another common problem is confusion about grammar. You try to remember rules, tenses, and structures, and your mind becomes overloaded. You start thinking too much, and then you write nothing. Now think about your own experience. Have you ever wanted to write something in English, but you didn't start? Have you ever felt confused or afraid? If yes, that's completely normal. Here is the truth you need to understand. Writing is not difficult. It just feels difficult because you are not practicing it in the right way. Once you start practicing step by step, slowly, things will become easier. So don't think, I can't write. Instead, tell yourself, I am learning to write. Because that one small change in thinking can change everything. Chapter 2. The basics you must know first. Now, let's move to something very important, the basics. Many learners want to write advanced sentences, big paragraphs, and difficult words. But here is the truth. Strong writing always starts with simple basics. If your basics are clear, writing becomes easy. But if your basics are weak, even simple writing feels hard. So, what are these basics? Let's understand step by step. First, simple sentences. You don't need long or complicated sentences to start. Just focus on small, clear sentences. For example, instead of thinking about complex grammar, you can write, I am learning English. I like reading books. Today is a good day. These are simple sentences, but they are correct and powerful. Always remember this line. Simple writing is strong writing. Second, basic grammar. You don't need to know all grammar rules in the beginning. Just focus on a few important things like subject, verb, and object. For example, I eat food. She plays football. They watch TV. These simple patterns will help you build correct sentences. Slowly, you will understand more. But don't try to learn everything at once. Third, vocabulary. Words are the building blocks of writing. If you don't know words, you cannot express your ideas. So start learning simple, daily use words. Words like go, eat, learn, make, happy, sad, big, small. Use these words again and again in your writing. The more you use them, the more comfortable you will feel. Now, here is something very important. Don't try to impress people with difficult words. Your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to be clear. Clear writing is always better than complicated writing. Let me ask you something. Is it better to write a simple, correct sentence or a difficult, wrong sentence? Of course, a simple, correct sentence. So from today, focus on basics. Write small sentences. Use simple grammar. Use easy words. And slowly, step by step, your writing will start improving. Because strong writing is not about big words, it is about clear ideas. Chapter 3. Think in English, not in your native language. Now let's talk about a very common mistake that slows down your writing, and that is thinking in your native language first and then translating into English. Let's be honest, most learners do this. You get an idea in your mind, but it comes in your own language. Then you try to change it into English. You think word by word, sentence by sentence, and suddenly everything becomes slow, confusing, and stressful. Have you ever felt this? You want to write something simple, but it takes too much time. You stop again and again.
You check every word, and in the end, you feel tired. This happens because you are translating, not thinking in English. Now, here is the truth. Translation makes writing difficult, but thinking in English makes writing natural and easy. So what should you do? Start with very small thoughts. Don't try to think big or complex ideas. Keep it simple. For example, instead of thinking in your language, just think in English. I am tired. I am happy. I want to learn. These are small thoughts, but they are powerful. At first, it may feel strange. Your mind will try to go back to your native language. That's normal. But slowly, with practice, your brain will start getting used to English. Here is a simple trick. Look at things around you and describe them in English. For example, this is a table. My phone is black. I am sitting on a chair. These small exercises help your brain think directly in English. And here's the most important line. If you think in English, writing becomes faster, easier, and more natural. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just focus on thinking in simple English. Because once your thinking changes, your writing will automatically start improving. Chapter 4. Practice.
Chapter 4. Practice daily with easy methods. Now, let's talk about the most important part, practice. Because no matter how much you understand, your writing will only improve when you practice regularly. But don't worry, you don't need to do anything difficult. You just need simple daily practice. First, start with writing 5 to 10 simple sentences every day. That's it. Not 50 sentences, not long paragraphs, just 5 to 10 sentences. For example, you can write about your day. I woke up early today. I had breakfast. I studied English. These are small sentences, but they build your confidence. Second, you can keep a simple daily diary. Every day, write a few lines about what you did, what you felt, or what you learned. Don't worry about perfect grammar, just write. This habit will slowly improve your thinking and writing. Here is something very important. You don't need perfect grammar to start writing. Many learners wait because they think, I will write when my English becomes perfect. But that day will never come. You become better by writing, not by waiting. Third, try a simple exercise. Look at a picture and describe it in English. It can be anything, your room, your phone, your street. For example, there is a bed in my room. The wall is white. My books are on the table. This helps you practice thinking and writing at the same time. Also, you can copy short paragraphs from books or the internet. This helps you understand sentence structure and improves your writing style. Now, remember this, consistency is more important than perfection. Even if you write a few sentences every day, you are improving. But if you don't practice, nothing will change. So don't make it hard. Keep it simple. Write a little every day, and slowly you will see a big difference in your writing. because daily practice is the real secret to improvement. Chapter 5: Learn from mistakes and improve. Now, let's talk about something that many learners are afraid of: mistakes. This is very important, so listen carefully. If you want to improve your writing, you must change the way you think about mistakes. Most people think mistakes are bad. When they make a mistake, they feel embarrassed. They feel like they are not good enough. And because of this fear, they stop writing. They avoid practice. But this is the biggest problem. Here is the truth: mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teacher. Let's understand this in a simple way. When you write something and make a mistake, your brain learns something new. Next time, you will remember it. But if you don't write at all, you don't learn anything. No mistakes means no learning. So instead of being afraid, you should be happy when you find a mistake. Why? Because it shows that you are trying, you are learning, you are improving. Now, the question is, how can you learn from your mistakes? First, always read what you write. After writing a few sentences, go back and check them. Look for small errors, maybe a missing word, a wrong tense, or spelling mistakes. This simple habit can improve your writing very fast. Second, correct your mistakes. Don't just see the mistake and forget it. Fix it. Write the correct sentence again. This helps your brain remember the right way. Third, learn one thing at a time. Don't try to fix everything at once. Focus on one type of mistake. For example, today you can focus on verbs. Tomorrow, you can focus on spelling. And here is a powerful line you should always remember: every mistake is a step forward. So don't stop because of mistakes. Don't feel bad. Instead, keep writing, keep learning, and keep improving. Because the more mistakes you make, the better you become. You stop overthinking. You stop being afraid. And slowly, you begin to trust yourself. That is how confidence is built. Now, here is what you need to do: start writing freely. Don't think too much about grammar. Don't try to be perfect. Just write what you feel. It can be simple, it can be short, but it should be yours. Let's imagine something powerful. Think about yourself after a few months of daily practice. You sit down and you start writing without fear. Words come easily, sentences feel natural. You don't stop again and again. You just write. How amazing will that feel? That future version of you is possible. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. I will start writing today. Keep practicing every day, and I'll see you in the next video.